Hi, it's me again, Irene the Israelite. Do you remember me from yesterday? We talked a little bit about Moses and how he parted the Red Sea for us, the Israelites, so that we could escape Egypt. Well, if you remember from yesterday, you might remember that we learned that God is with us so we can trust God. I'm not much of an artist, but that's supposed to be the Red Sea and the path that we were able to go through to avoid getting swept away by it, because Moses raised his staff and the sea parted. Well, today, I've got a different lesson to tell you about. This one is about how God provides for us. Provide is just a fancy word that says that He gives us what we need. So let's put it that way. God gives us what we need. He's with us, and He gives us what we need. Let me tell you a little story about that. Well, Moses had led us through the Red Sea, and we were all safe. God had even been showing us how to get around. During the daytime, He'd send a cloud for us to follow, and at night, He'd send some fire for us to follow. So we knew which way to go, but we still felt like we were just wandering in the desert. It had been about 30 days since the day that Moses parted the Red Sea. And here's the deal. God was showing us that He was taking care of us. We had the fire. We had the pillar of smoke. Well, He even changed the bitter water into drinking water, which is pretty awesome, especially if you're in the desert. But we were getting hungry, man. Like, we ate good in Egypt. We were slaves, yeah, but we had meat and we had bread and we had all kinds of stuff like that. So I have to admit, we started complaining to Moses, probably a little bit too much. Well, Moses didn't say, too bad, and God didn't say, well, I got you this far, so you're on your own now. Instead, God started providing our food for us. So He provided things that look kind of like this. This is a flat, sweet bread. We called it manna, but you know what manna means? Manna just means, what is it? Because we didn't know. It would fall out of the sky, we could gather some up, we'd eat it in the mornings, and then we'd be fine. And then in the evenings, He would send quail. This isn't really quail. This is a chicken nugget. But quail is a type of bird, just like a chicken is a type of bird that you might eat. Only there were rules about this food. Because when you've been hungry for a while, do you ever just want to pile your plate full of food, and then you might get halfway through it and look at it and think, oh, I can't eat all of this. Well, God knew that that's what humans do when they're hungry, and so He fixed us. If we got too much food, more than we needed just for that day, it rotted overnight. Well, we didn't like that very much, but it was a good way to keep us from gathering more food than we really needed. There was one exception to that rule, though. God didn't want us to have to work on the Sabbath, so we could gather double the amount before the Sabbath, and that food wouldn't rot overnight. So every day of the week, we'd gather just enough for that day, except the day before the Sabbath, and then we'd gather enough for 2 days. Every day, it was manna and quail. So it got a little boring. You know what? We complained about that too. I guess that's just kind of the way humans are. But still, we learned that lesson that God would give us what we need. I'm going to draw a little picture of manna. It wasn't really bread. That looks a little like bread. Remember, manna means, what is it? So what is that? It's manna and quail. To help us remember that God gives us what we need so we can trust Him. I've got 2 more lessons to share with you that I learned. I'll share another one tomorrow. Let's pray together first, though. Please bow your heads. Dear God, we thank You for the ways that You always provide for Your people. We thank You for the ways that You are providing for us even today. Please help us always remember to praise You and thank You for that. We love You. Amen.
2 of Bible School. Today, the key point is God gives us what we need, so trust Him. Today, I'm Kylie Crossland, and this is Caroline Crossland, and we're going to do arts with you again. Today, you're going to need the camel bell that's in your packet. We have some string. Maybe you have one string. We have a few different types. And then we have some beads. I also have some tape in case maybe you want to braid your string, so you might want to tape it down, just depending on how you want to decorate your camel bell. So we're gonna we have your the bell, and then you're going to use some string and maybe beads to decorate the string, and then you can hang that from your bed or from your light in your room or on the wall. So Caroline, it looks like you're just sticking strings in there. I think I'm gonna braid my string and.
Will you put this in? Okay.
Okay, so that was day two's craft. You've made your camel bell, and remember, as you carry it with you at Bible school this week, remember that God gives us what we need. So trust God. The key verse today is, "For your Father knows exactly what you need, even before you ask Him." So in this story, let's remember that God provided the manna and the quail, and probably some camels to carry all of the Israelite stuff as they were moving out of Egypt and to the Promised Land. So
Donkey.
donkeys instead of camels? Maybe donkeys. So do you want to pray with me as we close today? Okay, let's pray. Lord, thank you for this day, for our second day of Bible school. Help us to remember that to come to you with what we need and know that you will always provide. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Good morning, guys. It's me again. I'm here to do another fun snack that goes along with what Miss Audrey has already spoken a little bit about. So, as we know, after about 30 days of leaving Egypt, food was starting to run out, and the Israelites were getting very scared. How were they going to survive? In fact, some of them even thought maybe we should go back to captivity. But as we know, God provides, and He gives us what we need. So during this time, He provided manna and quail, or some sort of bread and meat. And it literally came from heaven, from Him. And we don't know much about what manna really tasted like, but we do know that in Exodus 16:31, it says that it was white with coriander seed, and it tasted like honey wafers. So that's what we're gonna make today. We're not making the quail, although quail is delicious. We're gonna just stick to the manna and what we kind of think that it may have tasted like. So all you need is some oyster crackers, which these are delicious. Lots of recipes out there using oyster crackers. And then we've also used some melted butter with honey, and we've also added some coriander seed. If you've never used this is ground coriander seed. I love the taste of it. It's actually from the same plant that cilantro is from, but it does taste different, and it's used in different ways as well. But if you've ever seen cilantro, this coriander seed is from the same plant. So all I've done is melted the butter and the honey. It smells delicious. And you just need some sort of baking sheet, and we're just gonna spread out some of these oyster crackers. I wonder if this one's good luck because they're all connected. Maybe. So you just spread them out, and then we're gonna add about 1/4 of a teaspoon of the coriander seed to our melted butter and honey. And it does have a distinctive taste. It does taste maybe a little different than what you've tasted before, but it really does go great with the honey. So you just mix that up, and then you just are gonna pour it over your oyster crackers. And you just kind of toss it around. You could also toss it in a bowl as well. And you just make sure it's all covered. And then you just let it cool and dry a little bit, and there's your manna. So, as Audrey said, God always gives us what we need. And even in times of when we're scared or fearful, He does provide. Thanks.
y'all, welcome back to VBS. It's day 2. I'm so happy you're here. Today we're going to be learning another dance to another song. This one is called I Will Trust You, and this is how it goes.
Trust you 'cause I know you're gonna come through every step of the way. No matter what I face, I'm gonna say I will trust you. I will trust you 'cause I know you're gonna come through every step of the way. No matter what I face, I'm gonna say I will trust you. Sometimes it's hard to see what's coming next. I will trust you. But whatever it is, I know you'll see me through. I will trust you. I can't do this journey on my own. I will trust you. I need you, Lord, to guide my steps. I put my faith in you. I will trust you 'cause I know you're gonna come through every step of the way. No matter what I face, I'm gonna say I will trust you. Sometimes it's hard to see what's coming next. I will trust you. But whatever it is, I know you'll see me through. I will trust you. I can't do this journey on my own. I will trust you. I need you, Lord, to guide my steps. I put my faith in you. I will trust you 'cause I know you're gonna come through every step of the way. No matter what I face, I'm gonna say I will trust you. I will trust you 'cause I know you're gonna come through every step of the way. No matter what I face, I'm gonna say I will trust you.
I'm so proud. Now we're going to do it with our friends. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Let's do this.
I will trust you 'cause I know you're gonna come through every step of the way. No matter what I face, I'm gonna say I will trust you. I will trust you 'cause I know you're gonna come through every step of the way. No matter what I face, I'm gonna say I will trust you. Sometimes it's hard to see what's coming next. I will trust you. But whatever it is, I know you'll see me through. I will trust you. I can't do this journey on my own. I will trust you. I need you, Lord, to guide my steps. I put my faith in you. I will trust you 'cause I know you're gonna come through every step of the way. No matter what I face, I'm gonna say I will trust you. Sometimes it's hard
Hi, my name is Will. Welcome to the second day of Vacation Bible School. Today, our game is going to center around the story of the Israelites collecting manna. What you need for this activity is absolutely nothing other than to be able to find things in your home. Next game we're going to play is called Treasure Hunt. So all you need to do is be able to find things in your house. And I'm going to say 5 objects, and we're going to give you some time to go find that object, and then you're going to come back to the screen. Miss Emily here is going to help me find 5 things. So here we go. The first thing we're going to find is something white.
All right.
Go. Oh. Where'd Miss Emily go? Okay.
Found something.
Yay! Toilet paper. That was really good, Miss Emily. Well done.
right. Hard to find.
The second thing we're going to do, we're not actually going to bring this one back. The second thing we're going to do is go spot an animal.
All right.
All right. Ready? Go. I don't see any birds in here. See any birds out there? Any cats? What is that?
I think I found an animal.
Oh my gosh, Miss Emily found an animal. Good job, Miss Emily. All right. So the third thing we're going to find is we're going to find a snack, because that's what the people of Israel were doing. They were looking for food. So ready? Go find a snack. 3, 2, 1, go.
I found one.
Awesome. Yes, we certainly found a snack. All right. The fourth thing we're going to find is something round. Ready? Go. Something round. Balloons. A clock. What else?
Got it.
Oh, nice. We certainly found a cool ball there. All right. The last thing we're going to do. Or is that 5 things? Oh, dang it. I got mixed up. All right. The last thing we're going to find is water. That could be in a bottle, or you can go get it out of any faucet. 1, 2, 3, go. Where is water? Water's tough to find in the desert, y'all. Emily may be out of luck out here. Oh!
You what?
Good job, Miss Emily. Good job, everybody. The next game we're gonna play is called Camel Spit. Now, when they get nervous or they get afraid or anything, they just start spitting everywhere, which is kind of gross. So we're not gonna spit on each other. What we're gonna do, you need a spray bottle. Make sure you clean it out very well. You're gonna fill it up with water. You need 1 cotton ball and 1 friend. So now that we have all of our materials and our friend, I have Miss Emily here. What you're gonna do is one person takes the cotton ball, puts it on their head. One person takes the spray bottle, and you're gonna get about arm's length away, and you're gonna try to spray the cotton ball off of their head. Ready, go. Aw. Great job.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Did you have fun today? Man, I'm so glad that we were able to be reminded that God gives us what we need so we can trust God. I'm grateful for the manna and the quail, but I'm still checking it for bugs, after the whole plague thing. But at least we're out here and Pharaoh let us go. Wait, do you guys even know why Pharaoh let us go? Well, I'll have to tell you that story tomorrow, so be sure to come back tomorrow for day 3 of VBS. We'll meet right here on YouTube at 10 a.m. for our live assembly time. And guys, trust me, you don't want to miss this story. This story is huge. I'll see you then.